This guy fried 100 boxes of seaweed. He wanted to turn them into a delicious snack, but everything he fried came out bitter and harsh, so he kept trying different methods, until all the raw materials were gone. He still hadn't achieved the flavor he wanted. Disappointed, the man was ready to give up, when suddenly he spotted one more pack of seaweed on the floor. He picked it up, and gave it one last shot. This time after frying, it looked crispy, just what he'd been going for. He quickly popped a piece in his mouth to taste. It was crispy and delicious. Then he noticed the package was damp. It suddenly hit him. This pack had gotten soaked by rain the night before. The rainwater had washed away the salt from the seaweed. Once he figured out this secret, his seaweed sold out in no time. In just 1 year, he made $1 million. But a phone call from his father left him devastated. His father had gone bankrupt with $40 million in debt. If he tried to pay it back just by frying seaweed, it would take him 40 years to clear it. One day, walking down the street, he saw 3 chain convenience stores, and suddenly got the idea to expand his sales. The next day he went to the convenience store headquarters. He pitched his product to the marketing manager, but when the manager saw his seaweed, he flat out rejected it for having ugly packaging. The man didn't give up though. He went home and sold his beloved computer, used that money to hire a packaging designer, and created eye-catching, beautiful packaging. But when he came back to negotiate with the new packaging, the product manager deliberately avoided him. After waiting all day, his patience had run out. Then he thought of something. He left some seaweed in the elevator. 2 employees found it, opened a few packs and tried them. To their surprise, the seaweed was so good they licked their fingers. Other co-workers saw this and tried some too. Soon his seaweed had won everyone over. The product manager reached out to him, planning to stock his seaweed in over 70,000 convenience stores nationwide. But the manager had one condition. The quality control team would inspect his factory. As long as he passed all the audits, their partnership would take effect immediately. But he was broke and didn't even have a factory. He tried to get a bank loan to open one, but when the staff looked at his paperwork, his family was $40 million in debt with their house in foreclosure. They refused to give him a loan. Left with no choice, he sold his car and rented a rundown warehouse. To save money, he designed and renovated it himself, working alongside the crew every day. Soon the quality inspector came to his factory, but because he lacked experience, the inspector found plenty of problems. The paint on the door wasn't dry. The back of the sink was covered in grime. None of the workers were wearing masks. The inspector gave him a week to fix everything. The man took all the feedback to heart and did his best to solve every issue. When the inspector returned, the entire factory had been transformed. He successfully passed the audit. His seaweed was distributed nationwide. In just 2 years, this man paid off all his debts. A few years later, his seaweed was sold worldwide, with annual sales reaching $1.5 billion. So have you ever tried his seaweed?